Good morning, everybody. Phi Farley here. It's May 17th. It's Thursday. We got a short slate of games, travel day in baseball, but we got some really interesting games to get to. But first, real quick, want to say thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to the new subscribers. Welcome on in. Hope you enjoy the videos. Second, just want to say yesterday was 3-0, sweep of the day, good day. I did miss one play that I had that wasn't able to post down in the comments on Toronto. Getting the money back from the day before. 2 straight lefties they've thrown against the Mets, and that time they weren't able to hit the lefty. So much better one in J.A. Happ than Garcia. So now we are looking on to today. Today's a really interesting slate of games. All right, because we have some good, favorable pitching matchups, but the lines and the betting percentages are not following what I would hope to find in these games to back them this morning. In fact, there's only one that I really like that I'm going to get to here in a second. That's going to be my video play of the day here. But, you know, one that's hard to deny is Matthew Boyd going to Seattle. Boyd is off to a great start to the season. Marco Gonzalez hasn't quite located his stuff. This is going to be a play down to my picks on the underside, but Boyd is from Seattle. He's pitching back home. The reason why I see the big money coming in on the other side and the line movement coming in on the other side is because Matthew Boyd just pitched against the Mariners and he had some success. Often when you see that, in just a week turnaround, another start against the same team, you'll see the hitters make the adjustments and be able to come back and have some success. So I think that's what we're going to see today and why we see a -157 opening line pushed up to -180 in favor of the Mariners, even though Boyd has been the better pitcher. Both these teams facing lefties are the number 2 and 3 respective teams in all of baseball, batting average wise, so there's not a clear advantage there. However, what I am seeing is 80% of the tickets on the over, while 78% of the money is coming in on the under, and the line going from 8.5 down to 8. So that will be a play here coming up. Also, I'm seeing, another one that is an interesting side, and I'd love to take this side, is a lot of value on the Miami Marlins going against the just hapless LA Dodgers. Geez, they've lost 9 of the last 10. But what's really interesting about the Dodgers is while they're sitting tied for last place in the National League West, they've only had a run differential of 4. Which even in their own division, that puts them just behind the Diamondbacks in run differential. The Padres, who they're tied with, have 40 more runs separating them and their opponents so far this season. 26 for the Giants, 22 for the Rockies, who are 3 games over 500. Meanwhile, they're 10 games under 500, the Dodgers, and they only have a -4 run differential. Other teams that are in last place in their divisions, Marlins -75, Rangers -58, White Sox -75. So they just don't fit the role that they're in right there. I do expect them to turn it around. However, they have done terrible in one-run games, only 4-7. And we have what will be an underplay. Again, another play I have down in the comments. Check it out. But the side is in favor of the Dodgers getting bigger money, and the line has moved up towards the Dodgers, which is just surprising me. The other one that's getting line movement towards it and big money on it, I just can't back Lauer in San Diego going to Pittsburgh, but that's the way the line's reading, and until Lauer has a quality start, I can't back him. So anyway, those are some plays, some capping that I've done so far on the day, but let me get to the video play I have for today. It's going to be on Gausman versus Price. Baltimore going against a rival in Boston Red Sox. Not much of a rivalry these days, the way Baltimore has been playing. However, today I will be backing the Baltimore Orioles on the road in Boston and Fenway behind the pitching of Gausman, and I'll tell you why. If we look at their overall records in the last 10, they're both 5-10. We don't have much of an edge there as we just look back over the last 10 games. Now, Gausman, over his last 5 games, has given up just 2, 0, 1, 2, and 2 earned runs in each one of those games. 2 of those games, he's gotten hit for 9 and 11 hits. He just does really, really well, and he's got very deep in these games, allowing him to get up to 100, even over 110 pitches, 106, 97, 107, 106, 113, 107. Very strong starts, averaging over 100 pitches per game. Meanwhile, David Price has had some injuries. He's on a delayed start in his last start against Toronto. Now he's trying to step back into the rotation and has been getting just lit up over his last 4 games. 2 runs against Toronto, which is bounce back games, 7 runs, 5 runs, 4 runs. Not the same David Price that we're used to seeing. Out of the gates, he's got a 1.42 whip, 255 batting average against him, and a 4.89 ERA so far. At home, it's even worse. He has a 5.93 ERA, opponents with a 1.68 whip against him. In 13 2/3 innings, he's given up 14 hits and 9 earned runs. This roster for Baltimore specifically is hitting 266 against Price, of which a couple hitters have some notable success. That's Manny Machado, 11 of 37 with 4 dingers. Adam Jones, 15 of 65, which is decent, but Jones is on an 11-game hitting streak. I look for him to have a little more success today. And then we have Danny Valencia in 22 at-bats is 13 of 22, hitting 591 against David Price. Now flipping over to Gausman. Gausman on the road has pitched 20 innings, only 16 hits. Opponents so far this season hitting 246 against him, a 1.2 whip, but on the road a 0.95 whip and a 1.8 ERA. He's done fantastic, and that's pitching at both Yankee Stadium at Comerica Park in Detroit, and then at the Coliseum in Oakland. Specifically, this lineup, I will say, for Boston, we do need to be aware that Mookie Betts has had some success against him, 12 of 29, but 3 home runs. So just be aware. Also, JD Martinez, who's on fire right now, is 4 of 7 against Gausman. So those are 2 guys to look out for. Outside of that, you don't have much success throughout the entire rest of the lineup as a team. Hitting 227 against Gausman. Gausman has had mixed success at Fenway and against Boston over the last few years. It is a tough place to play. I will take the other side and just justify a little bit of favoritism towards the Red Sox in that the Orioles are only 3 of 16 on the road. So something to be aware of if you're putting your hard-earned money on that side, which I will be. Just note 3 of 16. But we're not traveling very far here, and we are playing a rival. I look for them to get the win today, and I'll take them out of plus 145. At this point, we have up to plus 150 and all the way down to plus 140. I got them at 145, so depending on what your book has, that's going to be my video pick of the day, backing Gausman and fading David Price against the Red Sox at this point. So check out my other picks down in the comments below. Good luck, everybody, and I'll see you again soon.